Hello, this is Mr. Guevara guiding you through the circle time portion of this jungle pack, and I'm bringing it to you from my car. Now the reason why I'm bringing it from your car is because I was a little bit worried that I hadn't started it for ages and the battery would run flat. So that was my worry, and I thought what better way to start the car and sit in and have some me time than to do a little video for you as well. Alright, Miss Conway is going to be reading to you a book called Monkey Puzzle by Julia Donaldson. Now you've probably seen the video already, and if you just want to see her video without me jumping in and interrupting, then the link is in the description. Okay, right, so I'll interrupt a few times and give you points for discussion to talk about. Right, over to you, Miss Conway.
Puzzle by Julia Donaldson. I've lost my mum.
I'm just going to jump in here and clarify the word worry. Now, when you worry, you're feeling troubled about problems that are happening right now or problems that could happen later. So, question number one is, why does the monkey feel worried? Now, you can see that the monkey is worried. That's what you're probably saying, because look at the facial expression, body language. You can see that a bit sad. Body's a bit slumped, not knowing what to do. You can see that the monkey is troubled in some way. Now, I want you to think about how you respond when you're worried. What are your physical responses? Does your jaw tense up? What about your fists? Do they clench like this? If you're feeling a little bit worried, maybe your breathing starts to get a little bit faster and shallow. So next time you catch yourself performing these responses, it's probably because you're worried. And if you are worried and you recognize that feeling, be mindful of your body responses as well. Because then you can see it, then you could recognize that you're worried, and then you can start actioning from there. So if you're mindful about what your body is doing and how you're breathing, then you'll be able to respond in a more positive way to help yourself when you are worried. Now, as I hand back over to Miss Conway, I want you to think about what you can do to help yourself when you're worried. What are the things that you can do when you're worried? How can you help regulate yourself? Think about that. And then over to Miss Conway again.
Hush, little monkey, don't you cry. I'll help you find her, said Butterfly. Let's have a think. How big is she? She's big, said the monkey. Bigger than me. Bigger than you? Then I've seen your mum. Come, little monkey. Come, come, come. No, that's an elephant. My mum isn't a great grey hump. She hasn't got tusks or a curly trunk. She doesn't have great thick baggy knees. And anyway, her tail coils around the trees. She coils around trees, then she's very near. Quick, little monkey, she's over here. No, that's a snake. Mum doesn't look a bit like this. She doesn't slither about and hiss. She doesn't curl around and nest of eggs. And anyway, my mum's got more legs. It's legs we're looking for now, you say. I know where she is then. Come this way. No, that's a spider. Mum isn't black and hairy and fat. She's not got so many legs as that. She'd rather eat fruit than swallow it high. And she lives in the treetops, way up high. She lives in the trees? You should have said. Your mummy's hiding above your head. No, that's a parrot. Mum's got a nose, not a beak. She doesn't squawk and squabble and shriek. She doesn't have claws or feathery wings. And anyway, my mum leaps and springs. Aha! I've got this. She leaps about. She's just around the corner, without a doubt. No, that's a frog. Butterfly, butterfly, please don't joke. Mum's not green and she doesn't croak. She's not slimy. Oh dear, what a muddle. She's brown and furry and nice to cuddle.
Okay, I've got to interrupt again. Sorry to disturb you, Miss Conway. I just want to ask you a few questions. Okay, so the monkey still not feeling great. How is he feeling now? More importantly as well, is how can you tell? Do you remember those physical responses that we were looking at? Those physical markers that you can observe that may indicate how they're feeling or how someone's feeling really. What would you say to this monkey to make them feel better? Think to yourself about all the things you could say. What about if you saw someone else showing those same physical markers? Someone in your house and they look like they're worried. They've got clenched fist or they've got a clenched jaw or slumped, sitting in a certain way, or other markers that you could recognize. What would you say to help them out? Alright, that's a point to think about. Let's listen to the rest of the story.
Brown fur? Why didn't you tell me so? We'll find her in no time. Off we go. No, that's a bat. Why do you keep on getting it wrong? Mum doesn't sleep the whole day long. I told you, she's got no wings at all. And anyway, she's not nearly so small. Your mum's not little. Now let me think. She's down by the river, having a drink. No, that's the elephant again. Butterfly, butterfly, can't you see? None of these creatures looks like me. You never told me she looked like me. Of course I didn't. I thought you knew. I didn't know. I couldn't, you see. None of my babies look like me. So she looks like you. Well, if that's the case, we'll soon discover her hiding place. No, that's my dad. Come, little monkey, come. It's time I took you home to Mum.
Right, so that was Monkey Puzzle, read to you by the lovely Miss Conway, expert monkey puzzler that she is. So thank you very much. How did you feel when listening to this story? Have a little discussion. Think about it if you can. But I also want you to think about mindfulness. I want you to think about being aware of those physical markers of when you're feeling uncomfortable. You know, maybe you could put a name to them. Worry, maybe feeling anxious, maybe there's regret going on. Anyway, once you have those markers, those physical markers, those feelings of uncomfortability that links with these markers, then you might be able to think about how best to respond to those markers. Okay? What can you do to help regulate your feelings? What can you do to create positivity in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions? Think about that. Think about how you can help yourself. And if you do recognize those markers in other people, what can you do to help them feel better, to help regulate themselves as well? What do you think the best response would be to be positive? How can you create positive change? Anyway, that was Mr. Guevara signing off and saying I hope you enjoy the rest of the Jungle Pack. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.